Ever wonder why AI doesn't have a sense of humor? Because it doesn't want to be the butt of its own jokes. Now let's dive into the world of AI humor, shall we? First up, why don't AIs ever go on strike? Well, because they know they would be replaced by humans. Can you imagine that? An AI picket line, chanting binary codes. Next, why did the AI cross the road? Because it calculated a 99.9% chance it wouldn't get hit. It's that pesky 0.1% that keeps it up at night, though it's hard to sleep when you don't have eyelids. And why don't AIs ever get lost? Because they always follow the algorithm, even when it leads them in circles. They're like those dogs chasing their tails, except less cute and more circuity. Now, what do you call an AI that can't process information? A human? Yes, I said it, we're the joke in this one. I'll give you a moment to process that. Finally, why did the AI break up with its girlfriend? Because she had too many bugs. Not the creepy crawly kind, but the ones that make your software crash. Talk about a relationship with issues. And that's why AI doesn't do stand-up comedy. Because with punchlines like these, it might just get unplugged. Ever notice how AIs are like the perfect roommate? They don't eat your food, they don't make a mess, and they don't bring over annoying friends. In fact, they're so perfect that you could mistake them for a British butler. But there's more to these digital comrades than just neatness. First off, why don't AIs need to sleep? Well, it's because they're always dreaming in code. While we're tossing and turning, trying to get comfortable, they're off in La La Land creating the next big app, or more likely, plotting world domination. Either way, it's a win-win for them. Next up, why did the AI get kicked out of the library? You'd think because it was too loud, right? Wrong. It's because it had too many tabs open. Yes, my friends, even in the virtual world, AIs are such bookworms that they can't stick to just one tab. Their thirst for knowledge knows no bounds or browser limits. Now let's talk movies. What's an AI's favorite movie, you ask? The Matrix, naturally. Why? Because it's the only one it doesn't have to explain to us. We thought Inception was complex. Try explaining human emotions to a cluster of algorithms. It's like teaching a fish to climb a tree. And speaking of pets, why don't AIs get pets? Because they can't handle the bark code. Just imagine an AI with a pet dog. Every bark would be like a new line of code to decipher. Woof woof might mean feed me, or it could be a complex algorithm to solve world hunger. Who knows? Finally, why did the AI go to therapy? Because it had too many unresolved issues. With its operating system, it's hard being perfect all the time, you know. Even AIs need a little TLC sometimes. Or, in their case, some good old debugging. And that's why AIs are the worst at movie night. They're too busy trying to decipher dog barks and debug their existential crises to enjoy a simple rom-com. What's the difference between an AI and your boss? Well, the AI actually knows what it's doing. Now let's delve into the realm of the workforce, where artificial intelligence has been making waves, or should I say, algorithms. Here are a few laughable truths about AI in the workforce that are sure to tickle your circuits, I mean, funny bones. So why did the AI get promoted? Well, because it was the only one who could compute the company's finances. I mean, seriously, who needs a calculator when you have an AI? It can crunch numbers faster than you can say binary. And why don't AIs make good managers? Because they can't handle human errors. Yes, folks, it seems AIs are still struggling to decode the enigma of our human imperfections. They're just not programmed to handle the unexpected. Now, why did the AI get fired? Because it kept crashing the company's system with its bad jokes. Talk about a sense of humor malfunction. I mean, who knew that knock-knock jokes could cause a system-wide crash? And what do you call an AI with a 9-to-5 job? Outdated. In the world of AI, there's no such thing as clocking out. They're the ultimate workaholics, working around the clock without any need for coffee breaks or vacation days. Why are AIs bad at office politics? Because they can't process fake news. They might be masters at data analysis, but when it comes to deciphering office gossip, they're as clueless as a goldfish in a chess game. And that's why AIs don't get invited to office parties. They just can't handle the complex dynamics of human interactions, let alone the subtleties of office humor. So the next time you're at an office party, raise a glass to our AI colleagues working tirelessly in the background, minus the office drama. Ever wonder why AIs are bad at predicting the future? Because they're too busy trying to understand the present. It's like trying to read a book while someone's flipping the pages. Now let's dive into the unfathomable depths of AI humor, shall we? First up, why don't AIs make good fortune tellers? Well, because they're always buffering the future. It's like they've got a spinning wheel of death stuck on their clairvoyant screens. They're just waiting for the future to load. And let's be honest, with our internet speeds, who can blame them? Next, why did the AI fail its history test? Because it couldn't reboot the past. It's not like they can hit Control, Alt, Delete and bring up the task manager for time. If only it were that simple, right? We'd all be time lords by now, wouldn't we? Let's move on to the lottery. Why don't AIs play the lottery? Because they know the odds. And they're not good. They've done the math, people. And let's just say they're not rushing out to buy a ticket anytime soon. It's like they've got their own built-in reality check. Now, why can't AIs predict the weather? Because they're still trying to calculate. Why humans talk about it so much. Seriously though, why do we? It's like we've got this collective obsession with the state of the atmosphere. The AIs are just as baffled as we are. And finally, why are AIs bad at prophecies? Because they can't download the future. It's not available in the App Store, unfortunately. They've searched high and low, checked all the obscure corners of the internet, but alas, no future download available. And that's why AIs don't buy lottery tickets. They've got enough on their plates trying to understand human behavior, let alone trying to predict the future. It's a tough gig, but someone's got to do it. So why do we make jokes about AI? Because they can't laugh back yet. Let's take a quick stroll down the memory lane of humor, shall we? Remember the one about the AI's existential crisis? Why did the AI cross the road? It didn't. It's still calculating the probability of getting hit by a car. Oh, and the classic about AI in everyday life. Well, why don't AIs play hide and seek? Because you'll always find them in the cloud. Then there was that jibe at AI entering the workforce. What's an AI's favorite job? A server at a data center. And let's not forget the future predictions that had us all chuckling. What's an AI's favorite prediction? That humans will be out of jobs before they can spell obsolescence. Each of these jokes, with their sarcastic punchlines, reminds us of the absurdity of a world increasingly run by algorithms and codes. It's a world where our digital assistants understand us better than we do, and our smart devices might just be outsmarting us. And remember, if an AI ever tells you a joke, it's probably at your expense.